Ask me anything you like, if it'll clear this business up.
Before this change in your wife's character, how were relations between you?
She's a very loving woman, Mr. Holmes. If ever a woman loved a man, then she loved me. And it's the damnedest thing, but... well, I could swear that she still does.
Oh?
Yes, I know it sounds ridiculous, but... after the attack, when she wouldn't speak, I don't know, it was just something in her eyes. As if she was cut to the heart by what she'd done to me. I'm sorry, I'm being stupid.
If ever a woman loved a man, then she loved you. What about your feelings towards her?
She's very beautiful, but, well, there's always been something alien about her. Oh, I loved her once, but it's cooled.
Bob, how long had you known her before you got married?
Well, it was a matter of months. Well, not even that. Weeks, really. Oh, I wish to God I'd never seen her.
Well, I fancy there will be more use in Lamberley than here. Get your coat, Watson.
As I leaned from the window, my eye was caught by something moving below me. I saw the Count slowly emerge from the window and begin to crawl down the castle wall, face down over that dreadful abyss, with his cloak spread out behind him like great wings. What manner of man is this? Or what manner of creature in the semblance of a man?
Daddy! Daddy! I heard the carriage!
Oh, hello, Jackie.
I'm so glad to see you.
All right, old chap. Look, here are my friends, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Hello, Jack. Fond of fishing, I see.
Are you Sherlock Holmes, the detective?
Yes, I am. How's your dog? A spaniel makes a good pet.
I've heard of you, sir. And you.
Jack, where are your manners?
We've heard a good bit about you, too.
Are you here to find out what's wrong with Elizabetta? She keeps hitting me. How did you know about Carlo, Mr. Holmes?
That's enough, Jack. In you go. Where's Mrs. Mason?
Don't know.
Damaged spine?
From a fall, but he doesn't let it dampen his spirits.
I think we should make the acquaintance of the baby now.
Mrs. Mason will be down in a minute.
Hello, old chap.
Carlo the spaniel, I presume.
You've been in the wars, haven't you?
Yes, what's the matter with him?
Something wrong with his back legs. Has a vet seen him, Bob?
Yes, of course. Spinal meningitis. It's passing.
You'll be as right as rain soon. Won't you, old chap?
It did come on suddenly.
In a single night.
How long ago?
Well, not that long, maybe 4 months.
Remarkable.
Is it important?
Yes, it confirms the theory.
Oh, for God's sake, what theory? I mean, it may be some sort of intellectual puzzle to you, but it's life and death to me. Oh, where is that woman?
A fine collection of curios, Mr. Ferguson.
Holmes, for pity's sake.
Where the devil have you been, woman? Where's the baby? I thought you weren't letting him out of your sight.
Mr. Ferguson.
What?
Sir, I'm sorry.
What's happened? Get out of my way! He's gone. He's not here.
Easy, Bob. There may be a perfectly simple explanation.
Mrs. Mason, get up here! Oh, damn.
Here, let me.
Yes, please. It's not possible.
Good God.
Elizabetta, where are you hiding?
Through a locked door.
Elizabetta, come out, damn you! Where's my son?
Save your breath, Mr. Ferguson.
Wait.
Nothing.
Holmes, is it really possible?
It's some kind of witchcraft. First the blood, and now this. Heaven protect
Now
us.
that's enough. Be quiet, calm down, and use your brains, both of you. Nothing's happened here that doesn't have a logical, rational explanation.
What are you talking about, man? I locked that door myself.
Mrs. Mason, kindly stop loitering in the corridor and favour us with your presence.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, tell us exactly where you've taken them.
Look, I don't understand this at all. What's going on here?
I'm sure we'll all find out very soon.
Holmes, tell me this. Is the baby... is he still alive?
Alive and perfectly safe.
Oh, thank the Lord.
In there, sir.
Ah,
These old outbuildings haven't been used for years. I don't think anyone comes here anymore.
exactly. Is it locked, Mrs. Mason?
From the inside, sir. Sir, how did you know?
That's not important. Mrs. Ferguson, listen to me.
She won't talk, I've told you.
I fancy she will.
Elizabeth, open this door! Do you hear me?
Watson,
Calm down, Bob. Leave this to Holmes.
She is my wife, damn it!
And you're not helping a man. Now take it easy.
Mrs. Ferguson, I know you can hear me. Open the door.
No, my husband is there.
What does she mean? I mean, does she think I'm going to harm the baby?
Yes, he's here.
Then I will not come out.
Holmes, I've had enough of this. If you know what's happening here, then do something and quickly, or I'll sort matters out for myself.
Mrs. Ferguson, open the door. I give you my word, there's no danger. Trust me. No hay peligro. Confía en mí. Por favor.
Elizabeth.
Give me the babe, ma'am.
Duerme, mi pequeño. Todo está bien. Here.
Is he all right? Is he hurt?
No. Look, sir, he's not hurt.
Elizabeth, what's the meaning of this? Tell me!
For God's sake, Bob. Can't you see the state she's in? Madam, let me help you back to the house.
No! No!
All right, whatever you say. But you must sit down. Holmes, that crate. Thank you. Now, there you are.
Thank you.
Will somebody please tell me what all this is about? Holmes?
Ferguson, your wife is a very good, a very loving, and a very ill-used woman.
Prove that to me, and I'm your debtor forever.
From the first, I decided that the idea of a vampire was absurd. Such things don't happen in England.
But I saw what she was doing.
You saw with your imagination, not with your brain.
She was sucking the open wound.
Yes, but she wasn't drinking the blood. Poison. Exactly. Poison. Now, this is a South American household. I knew before I walked in the door it'd be full of all manner of native curios. Did you empty your interesting old bottles before you put them on display, Ferguson? Did you check all the arrow tips?
Good God in heaven.
If the child had been pricked with curare or some other devilish drug, it would have meant instant death.
Unless the venom was sucked out.
But who? Holmes, what are you saying?
No! No! Keep away! Give me the baby! Keep away!
So this is where you all are. What's happening?
Here, drink this.
Thank you.
He's in bed. Mrs. Mason's watching him. My Jackie.
You have to face it.
But why?
He did it out of love for you. And perhaps for his dead mother. A distorted, maniacal, exaggerated love. He was prepared to do anything to have you back all to himself again.
It's incredible.
It's true.
Look at this. A bird bow and an empty quiver.
It was full when I brought it back. I never noticed.
That first time, I saw him standing over the baby with an arrow in his hand, and the look in his eyes.
But you managed to stop him harming the child.
Almost. He barely scratched the skin.
And Mrs. Mason came in as you were tending the wound.
I persuaded her not to tell you, Bob.
You bribed her, you mean? She told me.
What of the second attack?
I saw that the nursery door was open, but I was too late to stop him.
But after the first time, why didn't you tell me?
You're a Jackie. How could I tell you?
Well, how could you just stay silent?
I didn't know what to do.
Easy, Mrs. Ferguson, please.
When you locked me away, when you left the two of them out in the house together, I thought I would go mad.
You told Mrs. Mason the full story.
Yes, and she stayed with Edward. But the boy was cunning. She was afraid. She didn't want to disobey you, Bob, but she had to.
She had a duplicate key.
See, she hid us away. Then you came home so early.
And the good lady was thrown into panic.
Oh, my dear. Can you ever forgive me?
That's not important.
What?
What matters is what we do now, with the boy. What will you do with your son, Bob?
I think a year at sea would be my prescription for dear little Master Jackie.
You really think that would do any good?
He practiced on the spaniel, of course. Had to make sure of a lethal dose.
What sort of twisted mind is that?
Twisted is the very word. You saw the baby. Splendid child, full of health and beauty. A constant reminder of his own weakness.
Yes, but to try to kill him...
It's entirely possible the stepmother would have been next.
You know, I sometimes wish I didn't move in these circles. What would my life have been like, do you suppose, if I hadn't met you?
You're the writer, Watson. Exercise your imagination.
Doesn't bear thinking about.
No, I didn't think it would.
Holmes,
My dear fellow.
about this giant rat.
In The Sussex Vampire, Sherlock Holmes was played by Clive Merrison and Dr. Watson by Michael Williams, with Michael Troughton as Robert Ferguson and Alexandra Bastido as Elisabetta Ferguson. Jackie Ferguson was played by Sam Crane and Mrs. Mason by Tina Gray. The violinist was Leonard Friedman. The Sussex Vampire was dramatized for radio by Bert Coules and directed by Enid Williams.